If Pearl is a whale and Mr. Krabs is a crab, how is he her father? Where did she come from? Why does Mr. Krabs has a whale daughter? And nope, it's not that he's her sugar daddy or that kind of stuff. If you're one of those sick heads that think that's the case, please get some help. We could also discard something that many seem to believe, but it's false. When they say that Mr. Krabs found Pearl and he adopted her due to her mom being brutally killed by whalers and the little baby was left abandoned. With a juicy inheritance or generous insurance. Because if not, what would be the reason this miserly man would adopt a girl? No, but seriously, it is not true and it's baseless. In fact, this misunderstanding is all the fault of one man who made a comic that blew up all over the internet. Almost as much as your sister nudes. Other than the fact she is a whale and her father is a crab, nothing tells us if she is adopted or not. I mean, Spongebob's parents are sponges, Patrick's parents are stars, and this only makes things harder. You might say, hey, it didn't necessarily have to be biological. You know, maybe Mr. Krabs met the mother of Pearl when she was already pregnant, and he took responsibility as a father. To which I would respond, even if it makes sense she was, let's give Mr. Krabs the benefit of the doubt and we're going to see what the facts tells us. Even if these facts come from a show where fires are possible on the water and there's a squirrel from Texas who's a resident of Bikini Bottom.
How long can she stay like that?
I don't know.
Sandy's a girl?
One of the points in favor of the biological relation between Mr. Krabs and Pearl can be seen in the episode Dungeons and Dragons, and it starts with Spongebob and Patrick entering to basically the realm of Duloc, where Farquaad chooses them to participate in the tournament. But oh no, plot twist, they travel back in time to the medieval era, where dragons and bad hygiene were an everyday thing.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
They find that Mr. Krabs' ancestor is the ruler of the kingdom, which is being attacked by a wizard known as Planktonimor. Princess Pearl makes him realize the prophecy.
How long has that been there?
However, she's captured by the dragon, and Mr. Krabs' ancestor has to ask him for help.
Most noble. I guess this is what you call the royal treatment.
Close to the wizard's castle, which is quite compelling for a member of the Shadow Wizard Money gang. Like bro, props for that absolutely fire diss track. He made it out of Bikini Bottom with that one.
I got pearls on my neck, I'm in the tongue bucket. I got Pearl giving you can see a car bucket.
SpongeBob gets involved in a fight with Sandy's ancestor, where he wins with this. Anyways, they face the wizard by putting the dragon against him. They return the princess, celebrate the parade, and they brought to the present Squirrely, or what's left of him. Which makes this legit. Sure, maybe the episode is a bit ambiguous, but this would not be possible if Mr. Krabs had adopted her. In the episode Well of a Birthday, where Mr. Krabs and his employees are forced to celebrate Pearl's 16th birthday, which by the way he wasn't very aware of.
You have no idea what day tomorrow is, do you?
None at all.
In the middle of preparing the party before she arrives, we see Squidward hanging an incredible banner.
Had that since the day she was born. I got it on sale.
Truly a Father of the Year move. That's a strong point. And if we take a look at the Bikini Bottom whales, we can clearly see how your mom makes a few appearances. Just kidding, because a common feature of Bikini Bottom whales is that they are incredibly small for a whale, unlike your mom. Just look at Pearl, her body is completely normal size, as well as the other few whales. Something curious is that in the episode Jailbreak, where Plankton is behind bars,
You're not a crab, you a rap boy. Talking to police for a fat boy.
Set him up, anyone, lock him down. Line him up like it's a commercial, we gon' make him strip it down.
Plankton finds out he has several fans, but it's not for the chum bucket, but rather for his bend over and cuffs show that cellmates usually enjoy so much. Anyways, they join forces to break out of jail and steal the secret formula, which he achieves. Just kidding, of course that won't happen ever. And he is sent back to jail where he is gonna continue getting spanked.
Hey!
In this episode there's a gentleman who's very similar to Pearl, which leads me to this crazy theory that I found. You know how in the entire population of Bikini Bottom there's only a few whales and not everyone meets the requirements to be the biological parents of Pearl? Only these two, who both are locked up. Many will remember the whale drummer in the episode Red Pants, but this whale couldn't be Pearl's father, mainly because they seem to be the same age. A whale with a more adult age that could fit is Frank, and the already mentioned one who is the most possible one. Regarding her mom, it's a little bit complicated, cause same as Super Smash Bros players, there's only 2 female whales, and one of them is a trans. So I'm going to say it. Please don't forget to breathe. You ready? no chance of being the biological mother. So the mother could be this one. The curious thing here is that she meets the age required to be Pearl's mother, in addition to being in prison. We see her in the episode doing time, where Mrs. Puff is sent to jail because of Spongebob's lack of motor skills when driving. Even though they don't look that similar, she has an anchor tattoo, similar to Mr. Krabs' house, as well as it could represent the symbol of the Navy, and we know Mr. Krabs was in the Navy. So basically it is said that this whale got her pregnant, but she ends up meeting Mr. Krabs when she was already pregnant. Or maybe she had an extramarital affair? I don't know. She doesn't look very faithful and Christian. Truth is that the mother ends up behind bars just like the father. Then the custody of the daughter would be for the wife's husband. That's Mr. Krabs, because the father could not. Is that correct, Saul?
God, you are killing me with that booty.
However, this theory falls apart when in the episode You Don't Know, Patrick makes a sound similar to the sound of the whales. This is where the only male whale that is not in jail, Frank, starts crying when he hears Patrick's whale call, and it reminds him of someone. And like a real bro, his friend is there to provide him with emotional support.
It sounds just like Martha.
Frank, how many times do I have to tell you? Martha's no good for you.
Knowing that there's only one female whale that is locked up, it is possible that Frank was referring to her, and she broke his heart, which indicates that yes, in fact, Martha is not a good Christian at all. And by the way, no reaction was seen in the only episode where this whale comes out. Let's remember this theory is mostly based on the appearance of a whale in the last seasons, which we all know are not good at all. So this doesn't prove anything. Well, actually, now that I think about it, nothing I mentioned proves anything. Is there any absolute proof? Yes, actually there is. I found a clip in one episode that I talked about in this incredible and sexy video, where Mr. Krabs is very specific in the way he refers to his daughter.
How could we have done such a thing to my own flesh and blood?
That's a really solid proof. He's basically saying she came out of me crab balls. Sorry for being that specific, but you get my point. Since as we know, bikini bottom populations don't work the same way they would in our world. Just look how Donkey got a dragon pregnant. It's entirely possible. All the whales we've seen here are big, yeah, but not quite the units as a real whale, and this makes it highly possible Mr. Krabs did the naughty with a whale. Don't overthink it. Now, nobody knows what happened to Pearl's mom. In fact, Steven Hillenburg, the creator of Spongebob, may he rest in peace, said in various interviews that the mother of Pearl, or what happened to her, will never be revealed. It's possible she went out to buy some ciggies and never came back, or she passed away. But all that is said about her is pure speculation. So Pearl is Mr. Krabs' biological daughter, and she is the only reason why this stingy crab spends a little more. But if you want to know why, although he pays almost nothing to his employees, SpongeBob is rich, click on this video. Thanks for watching.